guys at least start to pop on, so it's not just a bunch of blank space on the YouTube. Beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And back to our Zoom. Hello, hello, hello. And let's go ahead and, oh, everybody's dropping in. So we'll give them a few more moments for all of the audio to sync up, and just to, in case if anyone's phones aren't muted. Yep, we're all good. We are rocking and rolling. So it is Thursday, we made it, and it is been such a powerful and potent week with this full moon. I don't know if any of you caught it last night or this morning. I had some amazing, amazing skies this morning. Brilliant, bright pink, like classic Florida October full moon. So the energy also here is really full. We're in our king tide season. So it just feels like, despite everything else going on, when we can kind of hook into where the earth is at, she's filling us up with a lot of abundance and a lot of juicy energy. So let's lean into that a little bit more today. Well, let me start recording here. Make sure I got everyone in. Beautiful. Welcome, welcome to the Unveiling meditation. Today's journey, we are continuing with the concept of empowerment. And that's spiritual empowerment, that ability to find that divine essence and energy that we source from within. For the journey we're on, as we were talking a lot about with the astrology yesterday, it is truly about forging our own paths, cutting new pathways into the earth, just like slashing through not even what isn't working for us any longer, because we're almost beyond that, but truly creating our own environment, our own space to build our own universes, right? Because that's what we're being called here to do. If you are of the 5% of the human population, or as Krishna says, 1 in 1,000 of the population that is on the spiritual journey at this time, then you truly are the forebearers of the light of the future. And it is our choice. It is our choice. It is our consciousness that is going to lead the path, that is going to lead the way. And it's how we process it, how we deal with the stress and everything going on. And it all sounds really big. And I know it's out there on a collective level, but the reality is we're in such a new space, such a new paradigm. And this is an initiatory period that we are in. This dawn of the new age and the new era, it's an initiation into the work and the time that is here and for us. And so let's bring all of that amazing energy down into home and help it land for you, so that you can keep doing what you do and being the amazing light you are, and really making an impact and an influence. So my invitation to you is to close your eyes, and we are going to journey in with Lilith today. So let's begin with our light link, as we always do. Just cycling your breath, breathing in and out, taking a few nice, deep breaths, really drawing the breath in today into the belly as deeply as you can, and then squeezing the belly as you exhale. Drawing it in again, squeezing the belly and exhaling. Let's just cycle the breath 4 more times like this, breathing deeply into the belly. With each inhale, not so much focusing on the content of oxygen coming in, but the expansion. So feeling the belly open, you may straighten in your spine, feeling the belly open, feeling the spine activate as you squeeze, and exhaling, following your own rhythm, breathing in, squeezing those belly muscles and releasing. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. Activating our core, and 1 more, breathing in, squeezing and exhaling. Perfect. All right. So now bringing middle fingers to thumb, if you haven't already, activating this light link. And we work with this light link connecting both heaven and earth through our bodies and bringing that energy into our hearts. That's the purpose of the light link. And my invitation for you with it is, as you're going about your day, to activate it, to just make the movement with your fingers. Everyone here has been doing this work for enough of a period of time now, working this light link, that your body will respond. It will create an activation. So in the middle of your day, at some point today, I invite you to do that light link and see if you can't feel the shift in your energy without needing to drop into meditation, just by making that motion with your fingers and calling in that centering. So as we begin today with it, again, calling in that golden light, your soul purpose, that energy in that field that has been the lighthouse of your life, calling you forward, that you are perpetually marching towards, that is here to inform you, full of so much wisdom and guidance. Breathing in and out as you allow your body to calibrate to its warmth, to the sensations, imagining the sun shining down upon you and imagining spirit coming in to your environment, the sensations and feelings of homecoming as we drop deeper and deeper into our bodies, into the moment. Today, we're just going to simply allow the energy to flow as though it's a gentle wave of this golden light, just washing down and over us. And so just tracking it down and through your body, imagining it, if you're more of a feeling intuitive, imagining it not like a spotlight shining down and hitting the different parts of your body, but like a warm blast of water in the shower. As it pierces your scalp, penetrates, the warmth penetrates your body, making its way all the way down and through. And knowing that this is your body's homecoming. This is your body's centering out of the collective, out of the matrix. This is where we guide ourselves to that next dimensional level, so we have the clarity of thought and the power and the autonomy of choice. And that is our theme for today, the autonomy of choice and what we choose to do with it, the wisdom that we choose to invoke to fulfill that. And so as we shift into our hips and our feet, fully embracing the earth, her bounty, her presence, our divine mother, drawing upon her energy, feeling. Today, we are feeling as though we are sitting upon a throne of the earth. So I invite you to imagine what this throne feels like. Do you feel ensconced in nature as though you found a perfect seat on a rock overlooking a beautiful vista? Are you at the beach, listening to the sounds of the waves? Or maybe your throne is high amongst the clouds and it's gilded in golds and beautiful colors of the divine. Maybe it's a wood throne of the earth that she has presented here for you today to perch upon, to observe your body, to observe the earth, to feel her divine connections. In this moment, I invite you to feel into, using our intuition, to feel into the earth beneath you, and not the actual physical earth of the couch or the chair or the patio that you may be sitting on, but allowing her to present to you what this throne feels like. Notice the element. Are you on rock? Are you on a beautiful throne of wood? Are you on the grass? Are you on a metal? Just notice the element that is here that you feel your body connecting to. allowing your mind and your imagination to fill in. And even if you don't get the exact imagery, allow your body to guide you. What thoughts come to mind? If you find yourself thinking about a metal, then you know it's a metal, right? Like whatever images or colors present themselves, just trust it and go with it. Taking a nice deep breath in. Now that we have our thrones and we're perfectly ensconced, uplifted, honored, and revered by our Divine Mother, we can begin our journey into our hearts, exploring and discovering new dimensions and elements of who we are. And today truly is going to be an exploration into the divine, into the Queen of Heaven that is living within you. And so just allow yourself, as we tune in and feel how we are connected to the earth, to begin to receive in your heart the awakening and the activation of the energy of Lilith. Her archetype is one of the most powerful archetypes and yet unknown that we live with and work with. Lilith is the Queen of Heaven. She is the Queen of Heaven, and yet many of you may not even know her story, or for those of you that do, she is known in the earth realm and through Christianity and the Judeo-Christian teachings as the seductress, as the demon, as the one who led to the fall of Eden. And so we're going to shift into that Garden of Eden now. Her home, her kingdom, her queendom. So often our stories of heaven and earth are wrapped up in these preconceived, programmed notions from the Bible, from the stories, from the lineage, but also locked in time. Locked in a time where women and their force and their power was not honored, but rather meant to be crushed, was meant to be shamed, was meant to be put down. So it's through this lens that we now understand Lilith, that we know that she was considered this demon, and what the journey of that consciousness must look and feel like. And so that is what we are going to unlock within ourselves today. So I invite you, as you transition into this Garden of Eden, imagining what this may look like. Maybe you see or sense waterfalls around you. Maybe you simply find yourself sitting in the midst of trees and beautiful flowers and everything that you could ever possibly need. And yet this garden is your home. Think about that. It's your home. It's an extension of you where the divine is fully expressed. Think about your home for a moment. And what if you had the gifts and the skills to make the most perfect and exquisite garden ever, with the flowers all around you blossoming and blooming? Feel into what flowers would be present. If you were to be this Queen of Heaven, moving through your garden, feel into the power of that energy moving through and with you, as though your skirts are the vines, decorated with the beautiful, delicate flowers. Everything is an expression, the highest expression of what you see to be the most valued aspects of divinity. For how do we translate beauty of the spirit into the earth domain. And as the Queen of Heaven, this was Lilith's task, to translate the beauty of spirit into the earthly domain. And it was so that the Garden of Eden is what was manifest. So feel yourself as this creator of your own universe, recognizing that each of us in our own right is this Queen of Heaven, creating the universe around us, creating our home, creating and expressing ourselves through our homes, through our work in the world, building our universe like the gods and goddesses all do. We come to this planet to learn how to build universes. And so too had Lilith come to build her own universe at the greatest degree and expression of the divine. But in Lilith's story, she was asked to not only build this garden, but also become married to man, to Adam, the first child. And yet this first child is a child of hers, right? Adam was part of the creation. And so Lilith, not understanding, refused. She refused to become equal and partner with man. And so it was that we know the journey went on, that Eve was born of Adam's rib, equals amongst each other. But what Lilith knew in her heart, that she was of the divine. Her consort was the Father. She was the Holy Mother, the Queen and the King. And so just breathe into this, knowing that these stories that live within us, these times in our lives when we haven't been seen, when our beauty hasn't been honored, when our work in the world has been put down or given lesser value to. Feel into that for a moment, knowing that within you, there are these aspects of yourself where you too, not having been seen, not having been witnessed, whether it's by a friend who thinks you slighted them or betrayed them, when in fact there was miscommunication and misunderstanding, whether it's by your work or people you engage with through work, clients, partnerships, whatever your stories are. Now going a layer deeper into your family and where your parents maybe didn't see you or understand how you communicated your love. This deep, deep sense that we carry with us of the times when we've been not witnessed and not seen and not felt, and the actions we've taken, whether we've dropped into warrior mode and gone out and fought for ourselves, or internally withdrawn, gone in cocooned, licked our wounds. These are all the powers of Lilith. For Lilith did not accept her fate and the judgment that was placed upon her, but she maintained her throne. For these children, Adam and Eve, that we know this story is about, were born of her garden. And they continued to live and to prosper of her garden. And so too do we continue to live and prosper of her garden, of the Divine Mother's greatest expression of who and what she is on this incredible planet for which we are the caretakers. And she did not let that judgment hold her back. Each and every day she woke to the sun, to the rise of the sun in the sky. She still gives her all. She still gives her best. She still expresses with her most divine and exquisite, in her most divine and exquisite form, the fullness of who she is. Not seen, not heard, not valued, not honored, and yet still committed. So Lilith had a choice: to be shamed, to be judged, to be controlled by the voices that throughout the course of humanity would demonize her, turn her into the wild one, the creature of death, who brought all to their dark side, stories untold and untrue. And yet Lilith bore these stories and every day woke and still gave of her gifts and still gave of her beauty, still nourishes and nourished for all those around us. This choice that Lilith makes every day to blossom and bloom again is a conscious one. It is the same conscious choice that as you hold this energy right now within you, that you possess. So I invite you, as you envision yourself sitting upon this throne, to imagine growing and growing and growing into a beautiful tree, a beautiful rose bush, whatever it is that seeks to grow and blossom forth from your heart. Rooting yourself in the earth's vibrations, and through you and of you, this beautiful energy as you make the conscious choice to not believe in the itty bitty shitty committee in your head, to not believe in the voices, in the feedback and the wisdom and the judgment of others that tell you you should go do this, or to do it right, do it this way. But to trust and to know that voice inside of you that nags, that you're tired of feeling, is there because subconsciously you've believed you needed to listen to it. So as you blossom and grow, is this beautiful tree flowering for all of the garden to witness and see and bask under, as you take your work and your light and your purpose out into the world. I ask you, what is your choice today? Will you choose to be free and allow this partnership and this relationship with Spirit be what moves through you? Or will you choose to allow for each of your own itty bitty shitty committee's members to continue to have a seat at your table? I invite you to release those bonds, to release the obligation, the contracts, the commitments you've made inside at different times in your life. Maybe it's to your partner, maybe it's to your children, where you signed on for something that said, I'll be here for you. And yet that being there holds you back in some way, shape, or form. Within the garden Within this energy, you are able to expand. You are able to still be there, but do it in your way. Do it from a space of freedom and love and joy, because you can. So as you continue to feel into this energy, let's take a couple of nice, deep breaths in, knowing that every day, like the snake, we shed our skin and birth ourselves anew. What flower are you going to bloom as today? To share your beautiful divine delicacy, your gentle gifts, your light, your love with the world. Feel this energy and this essence vibrating in and through you, trusting that this strength and this ability to make these choices is a force within you. The awareness around them is within you. The courage to bloom and be that unique flower is within you. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Feeling the strength of the earth, of the Divine Mother, of the Queen of Heaven that lives within you to make and manifest each and every day these greatest expressions of who you are. And as you allow that energy to build, let's go ahead and rub our hands, building the speed and the frequency. As you do, when you feel like you've reached your peak intensity, just opening them up to the garden around you and feeling the vines and the expansiveness of the garden that you formed, as though if you were to open your eyes right now, you'd be shocked to not see yourself sitting amongst flowers and trees and in a beautiful, exquisite garden. So as you hold your hands out, allowing that energy to be nurtured and fed out into the room you are in, the environment you are in. And then reaching those vines of intention, love, but most importantly today, the strength and the courage to be your own unique blossom and to choose to continue to blossom. Reaching that out to the world, feeling your garden extend beyond your home and your environment, into your community, into your clients, into the friends and people that you interact with every day. So it's as though everywhere you walk today, everyone you come into contact with will be brought and carried into this garden as you carry it with you throughout the day. Breathing in and out. And as you're ready, beginning to roll your wrists, roll your feet, feeling the rise and the swell of power, the power of choice. Roll your neck, roll your shoulders, awakening that power of choice within you, activating it, consciously choosing it, being the independent soul that you are, the Queen of Heaven that you are, not controlled by the chains of all those who have judged. And so it is, and so it shall be. An incredible day in our beautiful gardens that we have all manifested. I feel like we're just sitting in one big, massive garden now. Beautiful, beautiful. Love, love, love all of you. Welcome back into your bodies, into the day. May it be a beautiful